have-nots. And this is the difference between haves and have-nots. They don't work. If you can have it, you just need to make sure you hustle for it. You can have it, you just gotta hustle. And that's the difference between haves and have-nots. Real talk. 6 or 7 thousand feet, something like that. Ooh. And don't even take on. It don't even take on. It's more so sacrifice than being patient and being patient than what it is. I don't take nobody serious no more. I don't take nobody serious no more. I'm over it. Over it. I don't take nobody serious no more. Serious. I'm over it. Over it. I'm not showing where I'm at, but I don't want to find nobody, so I can't. It's showing exactly. It's going to be behind the scenes. When I leave the video, it's going to be on Patreon for y'all to see in real time. So they can't get a remote or office shop. They only wishing. People just talking. 401k. We're not missing out on money. And the YouTube action short and go right to the brokerage account. Right to the broker. I'm putting it right into the brokerage account. Smart man. 2 full-time jobs. My friends complain that I work too much, but they don't do nothing. Go out and play the game. 2 full-time. My friends complain that I work too much. They don't do nothing but go out and play the game. Let them be, man. It's gotta be poor people among us. Let them be, man. Sacrifice my children to the world. I could be there when they can take them. See, that's a job in itself. I'm not talking about women are raising children. I think this is more of a conversation that people are independent, like women and men that are child free, without small children, and for men. If a woman tells me that has small children, yeah, I'd rather stay home and make 120 so I can bring my children and raise them instead of putting them side of a daycare or having that type of thing. I don't have a problem with that because I think raising a child is a full-time job. I don't put a woman in the same category as men. Different. I mean, Tuesday all the time. That means we should be responsible for our acts. So I'm 1,000% on your side with this. If a woman says, I'll forego making $240,000 to make zero as a stay-at-home mother so I can actually raise my children, especially with small, not at all. Raise the moon, people. Make sure that nobody put their values into your kid or put your values into your kid. I'll do you one better. I'll show you how misogynistic I am. Let me show you how misogynistic. I believe. I personally believe women that have children, hear me out. They had children should be required for the first 5 years of a child's life should not work at all. A bunch of other conversations as far as affordability. I believe the best thing for a child is for the mother to not work for the first 3 to 5 years of a child's life. I don't think that women should work until after a child is in school full time. That's how old school and throwback I am. I don't believe in daycares. Capitalistic opportunity to make money watching other people's kids. Uh, Home job. Women should be required to stay home. Now you want to work from home? Cool. We can get a homework for job. In a home job, then you should be at home till the children in school full time. Mhm. Mhm. You should always have in your mind, you know what? First 5, 6 years of this child's life, I'll make the sacrifice and not go to work at all. Job is, if the fathers can afford it, why not? You gotta pick better men. Get married before you carry. You gotta pick better men, better financial decisions. So, to raise children. To pay somebody else to put their values in your children. You should be nursing. You should be focused on getting your mental health together. You should be spending time nurturing the child, going out, hanging out, going to the library, meeting with other mothers, trading different recipes, secrets, going to the amusement park, going to the park. Listen, in my opinion, the daytime reserved for retirees, people doing business deals, and mothers running around in the streets, going to the grocery stores. I'm always confused. Bro, I went out yesterday. I don't know if everybody's just on vacation or everybody just don't work. This happened in Atlanta too. I went out yesterday. I went on the streets, kicking with people, meeting people, talking to them, having lunch and stuff like that. And you gotta remember, I'm still on East Coast time, right? So I'm out at 4 or 5 my time. Everybody's here. It's out at 1 2, 1 2 San Diego time. And it's just people everywhere. It is people everywhere. I'm walking past the guys like, oh man, got a hangover from last night. Like, nigga, it's Tuesday. And so it's like, it's just 3 guys talking. One guy pajama pants, another guy some Crocs. What are you niggas doing? You got no work to do. You got nothing to do. You just hanging out. I see multiple different people hanging out at the restaurant, booming. I'm like, what are we doing? But like I said, they do in the land to do it. Plus, I see a straw, so you. They used to be professional servers. not women walking around every just winging it and having a good time with their arm out the window like this, with their sunglasses on. Is everybody? Why is everybody's just available? You call somebody, hey, we'll go out, have a coffee. I'm not sure what the fuck is going on. What is happening? I'm in the wrong space. Must be working too hard on time. You walk faster when I'm front. You walk faster when I'm front. Why people like their legs crossed like Obama? So like this with their hands on top of their knee. Oh no, we live here. Listen to what they tell you. It's that be out here this slow. So I didn't know you stand. I didn't know you stay out here. I didn't know you stand. I didn't know you stand. So you just I didn't know you stay out here. Just my son. What's going on? So I didn't know you stay out here. This what they do. I didn't know you stay out here. No, I was there. This is real conversations. I love all four seasons. Plus the cold and start to get inside to switch it up. But man, this place is really, really nice. I wouldn't mind living out here. And this is a slogan right here. You ready? Yeah, it's really nice. Welcome to the good life. It's official. So once you qualified and they vet you effectively, and they realize, you know what, you're one of the productive ones, and you're one of the good ones, hey, the good life. It's different, it's different, it's welcome to the good life. I was ran into four different people that said that to me. It almost whispered, but it's out loud. It's welcome to the good life. It's different out here. Something's more like I just said the last nigga said it. The baritone's like welcome to the good life. It's not an insinuation of what? I'm telling you seen on the vlog. That's what it is. It's different. It's different. Apparently, what was it feel like is different out here. Jellies, jealousy, laziness, and it was on Jubilee. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. AD, you see the video of Patrick Beck living with 20 socialists? It came down to jealousy, laziness, and victimhood. Jealousy, laziness, and victimhood. I did. I think it was on Jubilee. I ain't watched it. I don't really like Jubilee videos because uh they're very strict how they reacted. It's nothing I react to. I'm not just about to sit up there and watch the bullshit. Okay, Crawford retire him. Opens manages money and never comes back. I don't want him to do the Muhammad Ali. I don't want him to do the Muhammad. It's, if you could get out, get rich, get out, and have your insanity to raise your kids up in, get rich, get out, and have your insanity to raise your kids effectively, I think you won, bro. I think you won in life. You fly home with a sore throat. As soon as they start getting tiresome, no, it's our workers so almost. Ain't nobody got to keep up with me. That's the problem. Being a domestic engineer is hard. It's the hardest. My W-2 job. Ex-husband came before me. Paid off for all the takes I did of mine for preschool age. 1985, the calculated value of the stay-at-home mom was about 85,000 per year in 1985. That's how they calculated. I'll just say that you can't survive this, can't survive this. There's not attached to it. Because we gotta make money. It's gotta be a make the numbers relative. I was thinking a nice quality of nice quality of life. Being able to have the Visa card that don't break down on you, being able to get anything that you want that's not even out of bounds or too expensive. Um, I don't know what that number looks like. But that's the people, just to make sure she's protected, make sure she's got to be safe, make sure the heat is on, the light is on, that you don't need anything, that she can keep her stuff, that she can. That raised children. And my family, they enjoyed it because that's the only thing they focus on the children. They didn't focus on nothing. They had no other jobs. They didn't go to work. They didn't try to make money. They wasn't hustling. The only thing they did, focus on the kid and, focus, looking at when the kid took a nap. Or, I didn't know Breakfast Club was coming to Netflix. I didn't know the Breakfast Club was going to come to next. Let's see, variety list on the Breakfast Club going to the Netflix. Netflix Inc.'s IR media deal with Netflix Inc.'s iHeart Media deal for exclusive video podcasts featuring Charlamagne the God, Chelsea Handler, and more. Full episodes no longer be on YouTube. Full episodes will no longer be on YouTube. Let's read more. Let me understand a little bit more. Spotify is integral prices when Netflix will fall. Let me see what this is. Netflix is plugging more podcasts in this program with its exclusive video podcast deal with iHeartMedia, including popular radio. iHeartMedia, popular radio talk shows, The Breakfast Club, weekly podcast. Charlamagne the God and Chelsea's weekly podcast. Why is DJ Envy not a name, but Charlamagne is now a face of the Breakfast Club? Let's continue. Under pack video versions of more than 50 iHeart and regional media and only Netflix worldwide. Only on Netflix worldwide, including The Breakfast Club, My Favorite Murder, Bobby Jones Thinks the Bobby Cast, Behind the Bastards, Here in Chelsea with Chelsea Handler. This is important with Workaholics, starting with Adam Devine Adams and Blake Anderson. Listen, what Chelsea handlers 5 days ago, 8,000 views, 8,000 is 25,000, 24,000 views. Girl called Emily Harrington. Damn. With 43,000 subscribers. Let's go behind the bastards. I just like to look at numbers. Whenever I'm trying to research something, um, uh, give me a second. Let me do some research. I'm trying to understand what these platforms. This is important. Look at my favorite murder. 25,000 subscribers. Just dropped in 6 hours with 0 views. Okay. 827. Oh. Oh my god. Really? Am I missing am I missing anything? Honestly, I looked at all these different platforms and what's come into Netflix. Okay? I looked at all these platforms of what's becoming in Netflix, and so I'm trying to understand and they gave the list under the fact video first is more iHeartMedia original. Only on Netflix, and you get Netflix, and they go, well, iHeartMedia video exclusive Netflix deal. Video was a full podcast episode with no distribute on YouTube. This reach obviously this is a play against YouTube. The deal was similar to Netflix, which obviously this is a play against YouTube, and they try to play against YouTube. This is a play to the deal was similar with Netflix reach. Well, obviously this is a play on YouTube, and they tried to podcast away from the biggest streaming platform. YouTube is still the biggest streaming platform. The deal is similar to what Netflix is built with special podcasts on Netflix worldwide. Starting in 2026, when titles include Bill Simmons' podcast, Rewatchables and True Crime Series Serial Killers. Obviously, that's on Spotify. New iHeartMedia podcast episodes will launch on Netflix on 2026 in the US, which is next month. The next year. Also on Netflix early 2026 in the US. The more markets to follow, iHeartMedia retains all audio only distribution of shows, including the deal. All podcasts continue to be on iHeartRadio app and other audio podcasts, including Apple Podcasts and Spotify. With this partnership, we currently decide to offer artists unmatched amount deliver high some of the world's dynamic personalities. That's what they say. Personalities. They say. Going to say that get ready to die. The true chronicles one of my favorite murders that dynamic perspectives of the breakfast and sharp unfiltered comedy with Chelsea with of the Breakfast Club and the sharp unfiltered comedy of Chelsea Handler in this initial collection. We're excited to announce that Breakfast Club's new exclusive partnership with iHeartMedia and Netflix start early 2025. Netflix will be the exclusive home. Netflix will be the exclusive home for video episodes, expanding its global reach. Big moves, bigger culture. Bigger moves, big moves, bigger culture. This is what the things that I had to ask myself is. This is what I have to ask myself. Here's the question I want to ask myself. This whole Netflix deal situation. Number one, how big is the bag? Number one, how big is the bag? Number two, how much will they be making as a result of doing this deal? Because if they're going through iHeartMedia is basically giving their slate of shows and Netflix not picking independently shows, how much they will be making as a result of doing this deal. Because if they are going through iHeartMedia is basically giving their slate of shows, and Netflix is not independently doing the shows. They're picking Chelsea Handler as part of The Breakfast Club is part of iHeartMedia. The other two shows are trash, and the other two shows are doing trash. And Netflix is not independently picking out shows. They're picking Chelsea Handler is a part of iHeartMedia. The Breakfast Club is a part of iHeartMedia. The other two shows that are trash and don't do no numbers is a part of iHeartMedia. And basically what you're telling me is iHeartMedia is doing the deal. They hand them some pre-made, already made shows that Netflix is not really doing any better. That's other trash. Don't do no numbers as a part of our health. Well, basically, what you're telling me is that our iHeartMedia is doing a deal with Netflix that there's some pre-made hand shows, and Netflix is not really doing anything whether or not these shows popping or not. So they're just getting their feet in the game. Now wait a minute. Now let me. Congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. I don't know, but the one thing I will say, shout out to Pat McAfee, is that you never, ever, ever, ever leave your, never leave your core audience. Do not abandon your core audience for the money. If they are saying they are no longer on see on YouTube, what does that look like? What does that mean? What does that mean? Listen, listen, listen. You never, ever, 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 because McAfee still streams on his YouTube, and he does not in any way, shape, or form compromise with his licensing deal. With licensing, you can still use it. And you can tell me, in order for Netflix to build this up, I think this is going to be a mistake. And you're telling me for Netflix to build this up, I think this is going to be a mistake. It's always mistake. It's always a mistake to abandon your core audience. To abandon your core audience. It's always a mistake to abandon your core. You're going to abandon. If that means if that means you're abandon, you could abandon your core audience. That means you got to give up a bag. I don't think this lineup is based off of the numbers of the event. I don't think I don't think this the lineup of shows is hitting. I don't think I don't lineup of shows is hitting. Just even based off the numbers in the fan bases, I don't think this lineup of shows is hitting. If you told me right now you have to give up your ability to stream where you want or where you want to stream in order to give up that you have to remove from where you built your platform at in order to be over here, I'll tell you to suck my dick 10 times over, bro. Look at that. This home. This is where you build up your community. You don't leave the biggest streaming platform off of in order to try to go after a space that's budding. You don't do that because you're not building any core fans. You know what? Give it to Joe. I got myself on the back. Is that we built our own communities. We built our own communities. Wherever we go, that's where our core audiences. That's where our audience go. You popped a balloon and lost a lot of their fan base. Popped a balloon and lost a lot of their fan base. Agreed. I agreed 100%. You, in my opinion, you don't leave the place where you got your core audience at all. The place that you leave, I don't think, and I'm not letting no company take the slice out of my money. And all I'm doing deals from iHeartMedia is highly paid employees. Now they gotta play. This is highly paid employees. Now they gotta play the game. And I don't think, and I'm not letting no company take a slice out of my money. So all I'm doing deals through iHeartMedia. They're just highly paid employees. Now they gotta play the game. Now they gotta, now they gotta play the game. iHeartMedia. They're just highly paid employees. Now they gotta play the game. Now they gotta say and make sure they they're not talking the way they're supposed to talk and all that other stuff. I'm not sure. I don't think the Breakfast Club got emotion like that. I'm not even sure that the Breakfast Club got emotion like that either because they were, I heard they was getting killed by Hot 97 in New York. But they syndicated, do some interviews, but I don't think they hitting like that no more. I heard they was getting killed by Hot 97 in New York. I'm not sure if the Breakfast Club got motion like that either because I heard they was actually getting killed by Hot 97 in New York. But they syndicated, they do some interviews, but I don't think they hitting like that no more. Honestly, I think they start to fall off a little bit. I think they started to fall off a little bit. Motion like that. Fall off. They actually getting killed by Hot 97 in New York. Or they syndicated and they do some interviews, but I don't think they hitting like that no more, honestly. I think they start to fall off a little bit. And I think this is the last of the Mohicans when it comes to depending on these big companies. They're trying to promote you to get some visibility. And they did with Hot 97. Now they gonna do with Power 105. I think this is the last. I don't think they hit. Get this place out of my money. And all of them doing deals through iHeartMedia, they're just highly employed employees. Now they gotta play the game. Now they gotta make sure that they not talking to the way that they're supposed to be talking to all the other stuff. I'm not even sure that the Breakfast Club got motion like that either because I heard they was actually getting killed by Hot 97 in New York. But they syndicated and they do interviews. I don't think they hitting like that no more, honestly. I think they're starting to fall off a little bit. I think this is the last of the Mohicans when it comes to depends on these big companies to try to promote you to get more visibility. This is the end. If you don't have a core audience, if you don't have a group of people that will rock with you, if you don't have a core audience, if you don't have the people, you don't have a core audience, if you have a group of people that rock with you that will take them anywhere, including off the platform where you at, then it's over for you. It's over. It's over. It's over. I mean, well, congratulations if they can get some money out of it, because they already signed the RD. I think to create your own platform where you're not dependent on these other platforms or to survive it or to rock out. Somebody, somebody said, somebody said the Breakfast Club fell off after Angela Yee left. Is Angela Yee popping? Is Angela Yee popping? Well, let's look it up. Well, Angela Yee popping? There's only one way to find out. Is Angela Yee popping? It's only one way to find out. I know she got her own platform, but I think she, with that way up, she got 250,000 subscribers. She's okay. She doing okay. She doing okay. They got They gotta work on these thumbnails. They gotta speed it in red box. They gotta work on these thumbnails. And these are like 30 million. Doja Cat. NATO Dress did 40,000. That really did good. 200 views, 96 views. I don't know about this, so I don't know, man. So I don't know. I don't know. I have no clue. You're talking to somebody that's confused. I don't know anything. I just observe it and I see it, and the more I learn about it, the more I'll bring y'all up to speed with it. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I can share my own stuff. Mm. 67 new powerful subscribers. 776 million. Watch hours. And that's just one channel. That's not include another. But sure, you know what? All I can go by is the numbers. All I can go by. I never been on TV. Shout out basketball, never seen, never been on TV, never did manage. I just can't, it's just big man force. Chase every these motherfuckers. Netflix, I really show how you put on a show. Netflix, come holla at your boy. Come holla at Netflix. You don't need to put up no basketballs. You don't need to dribble. You don't need no celebrity gossiping. You don't need none of that shit. You dancing on your videos. Shimmy all up in your shit. Up a basketball. You don't have to throw a ball. You have to kick a soccer ball around. If you want to get up on the microphone and start rapping, yo, you have to shoot videos and sell your soul over to the devil. And sell your soul over. Sell your soul over. Come to the bash, okay? if you tired, if you tired of you tired of depend on diversity, equity, inclusion to get your podcast off the ground. Your podcast off the ground. See equity, inclusion. Bag Chaser South coming up soon. Chaser South comes South. Man, you can't pay me $100 million. You know how much money they had to pay me to get off of YouTube? Are you crazy? tell people how much money I make. I built whole houses with bank, no bank financing. Silch, silch. I mean, nobody in my pockets. I mean, no overlord. Nobody owns me. Nobody can tell me what to do. I don't do splits. I don't give money to overlord company. I'm my own voice. I got my own people that work for me. I got my own team, my own crew, my own videographers. I do my own everything. I don't answer to anybody at all. I have no strings at all. If you don't really understand the freedom that I have zero people digging into my pockets. Nothing. Nobody, nobody is taking a dime from me. Nobody can tell me what to do. Nobody is. I don't have a manager. I'm not paying some 10, 15%, 20. I don't have a manager. Mm, I'm not paying somebody 10, 15, 20% of my 10, 15% of my pay. No, I don't have a company that's promoting me. I don't have a marketing company. None of that shit. Let me tell you something, bro. I am not controlled. I don't have a gambling company that's telling me what to do with sponsorships. They can't fire me. Nobody is taking a dime from me. Oh, I don't have a manager. I don't have a manager. I don't pay 10, 15% of my pay. I don't have a company that's promoting me, a company that's promoting me. I have a marketing company. None of that shit. I am, I am not controlled. I don't have a gambling company that's telling me what to do with sponsorships. They can't fire me, can't tell me what to do. Nothing. I can't pay for that, bro. That compromise. You can't type of freedom that I have. Trying to compromise me. You can't control me. No, nobody can control me. The assault that I'm about to have the internet. Y'all gotta be patient with me right now because the assault I'm about to have on the internet, and this is why I'm hurrying up and pour everything and try to get all these videos inside the bag, chases all this stuff. And make sure you description. I show my numbers. I show everything. Assault that I'm about to have on the internet in 2026 is gonna be insane. It's always a nigga that's whining about bragging. Is it bragging? I'm not gonna go off you. Before I move to this, I'm not gonna go off on you. I'm not gonna say niggas just mad because they broke. I'm not doing none of that shit. Is it bragging to say that I'm not owned by a company, by a person, by a corporation, that I'm not paid off by the political pact, that I'm not controlled, or should it be inspirational that I give you the blueprint for how we not to need to sell our communities, to not to need to sell out our companies, how we not to get away our assets, we need to control our IP, we need to invest in ourselves, and we need to confident in ourselves. For so long, they've always been a Jedi mind trick us to try to tell us that we're bragging too much for saying and exemplifying how you don't need the man, and the only thing you need is your community and God in order to be successful. How's it bragging where other people talk about how much money they make, how much money getting paid by these evil corporations that is controlling? narrative and really get information out to the people. Is it bragging or is it exemplifying greatness and using myself as an example and being one of the first people to endure? I don't need a deal in order to be successful. How is it bragging to say that look at what they doing, what they bought and they paid off and they don't even own themselves, but we did it differently and we still doing better numbers than all of them. That you don't have to sell your soul, your children don't have to dribble a basketball. We can promote more than just sports. They don't even own themselves. But we did it differently and we still doing better numbers than all. Your children don't have to dribble a basketball. We can promote more than just sports. And our regular everyday person from the blackest cities, but you don't have to sit there and say what they let you in the door because I made my own door. So I don't have to depend on anybody. I don't have to say I don't have to say you don't have to sit there and what they let you in the door because I made my own door. So I don't have to depend on anybody or I don't have to say I sold out. I never sold out. You have great content, just be humble. Man, suck my dick, bro. I ain't being humble to nobody. Only people I'm humble to is God. Anyway, I thank God to what it is that you done for me. What you is to do in order to be a servant. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to do nothing. If somebody's on YouTube on Skype, nigga, I'm making more from Patreon than YouTube. So add up. You got 20,000 people on Patreon. I could take my catalog anywhere I go. It's all backed up. I could delete this shit from any platform that one. I could go create my own app. I can create my own app if I want to. I can delete this shit from any platform I want to go to. I can go create my own app if I want to. I have freedom. I don't have no contracts. I have no. I don't have no contracts. I don't have no obligations. I could take my catalog anywhere I go. It's all backed up. I could delete this shit from any platform I want to go to. I can go create my own app if I want to. I have freedom. I have no contracts. I have no obligations. I have no requirements. I got my own people, my own employee, my own money, and I'm already there. I got my own infrastructure. Don't nobody own. If y'all just remove all of my blogs, it's not. If you go to dog infant, it's nothing. It's just two shorts. Two shorts. That's it. It's not after opposite do what I want to do when I want to do. You can do it too. So instead of looking at it as, oh man, you need to be humble. You need to ask better questions. Enjoy the bad chasers. So keep an understanding of what of the game because I don't gatekeep and I give you all the information. Questions. Enjoy the bad. So you can get a better understanding of all the game because I don't